This is the Old Musician's Blog 64. We went to the show, and wow, there were some really good local players there. Probably with the best of possibilities that in terms of technique and just ability, musical ability. And there wasn't that much of an audience when we got there. And there was some, and it was appreciative. And a lot of them were musicians. But there was a feeling in the room that the musicians had gone there to see what they could get out of the situation, see if they could generate gigs or contacts, or I don't know what. It was just a vibrational thing. And then a singer got up to sing, and there was a feeling that it changed the vibration somehow in the room, and actually the ego started to prevail in the situation, and it didn't go totally to crap, but it had an edge to it that was annoying, and as a musician, when you encounter a room like that, it's not an easy situation, and somehow or another, vibrationally, you have to pull through and go through that moment. And of course, much depends on whether or not, or how much ego there is attached to the situation, and whether or not you can actually kind of have to put your ego aside, because once that side of it shows, and once you've had a success, it's much easier to show that side accidentally, astrologically, I've always had Saturn on the ascendant, so they say. And that's like having somebody looking over your shoulder, a teacher, and it's like you always looking over your shoulder at the consequences of what your actions might have taken. And so there's always a difficult place. And that combinations of musicians had been so successful in the past in making a space that felt like it could be trusted. And this space, for unknown reasons, I don't know why really, felt like you couldn't trust it. You couldn't trust that it would deliver the right vibration that it was capable of. And like I said, once you've had a certain degree of success, then to attempt to have the same success again is well, it's fraught with difficulty. To have the same anything again is fraught with difficulty. That, the whole thing about being in the moment is that every moment is different, and it can only be measured against other moments in retrospect, and that measurement takes you down the rabbit hole of judgment and into difficulties that are better left down the rabbit hole, without you having to follow them. And so we came home, after that, and we'd been thinking that it would be a good day for a baking, and and all the ingredients are here in the kitchen, and we're really ready. But my wife was tired out. My Lucy was tired out from that experience, and so but I still wanted to give it a try, and we're talking, and I'm looking up at the room, and I'm thinking, because sometimes we talk to the kitchen around here, and when you talk to the kitchen around here, it's like it often solves problems, or at least brings them out into into the ether zone, as you were in the transmission box, psychically ascending your ascendant thoughts throughout the network. And I'm saying, I don't know, but I hope I don't get caught by that vibration. That's well, actually, that when Peter and I did the Thursday before, we thought maybe we had been caught by something like that, but the fact is that he was actually liked enough to give another try. So coming up on that, I'm going to try that, but it's going to be a thing that's in the moment. I don't know. I might play something I know how to play, but I might have to make up the stuff, and that takes an openness and a different kind of energy, and it's not really a show. It's an exploration, a public learning experience, and I'm happy that Peter is musical enough with his drums, then that he'll make that we can make that kind of music that is undefined, and that he's willing to do that, because, well, I guess I can do it by myself. I thought today, that I don't want to mention names or the circumstances, but I thought today that each of the players that were playing in that situation, they were so accomplished that just listening to one of them at a time would have been plenty. It would have been enough. And that might be the answer. I don't know. The idea that when you bring other people in, it can change the vibration. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Here am I. I'm doing this jam, on the Wednesday, and I don't. I think it's because I grew up in the community in England, the community of Summerhill in England, and everything there was so much a part of a collective community that was making its decisions and figuring out what to do with yourself each day with the others that might be doing it. So, you might go to classes, or you might not, or you might go and climb a tree, or, we did I played years of poker and Monopoly. It's all, so somehow the jam is natural, but it also protects me by bringing other people around to do something with me with them, us together. That is a kind of something that we're all studying, and it's a learning experience, and it doesn't demand a terrific amount of the audience. We don't mind, we don't expect the audience to watch us every second or listen, just to let us be part of the environment as musicians, and make music there. That the voices and the clanking of the cutlery and the footsteps and the doors opening and closing become all part of the music.